If you have ever stood in the cookware aisle of a department store or scrolled through endless pages of online reviews, you've likely faced the ultimate kitchen dilemma. In one hand, you have the gleaming, professional-looking stainless steel. In the other, the heavy, legendary, and slightly intimidating cast iron. One is the darling of Michelin-starred restaurants, while the other is the rugged heirloom passed down through 3 generations of home cooks. But which one deserves the permanent spot on your burner? Today, we are moving past the marketing fluff. We are looking at the thermal physics, the metallurgy, the health benefits, and the real-world maintenance of these two titans. By the end of this, you won't just know which is better, you'll know which is better for you. Let's start with the DNA. When we talk about stainless steel cookware, we are usually talking about Tri-ply or Clad construction. You see, stainless steel is actually a terrible conductor of heat on its own. If you had a pan made purely of steel, it would have massive hotspots that would burn your food in seconds. To fix this, engineers sandwich a core of aluminum or copper between layers of steel. The steel provides the durability and non-reactive surface, while the core does the heavy lifting of moving heat. It's a high-tech solution to a natural problem. This is why you'll often see 18/10 stamped on the bottom. That refers to the ratio of chromium and nickel, which prevents the pan from rusting and gives it that beautiful mirror finish. Cast iron is much simpler. It is a single piece of molten metal poured into a sand mold. It is roughly 97 to 98% iron and 2 to 3% carbon. This carbon content is actually what makes it castable and incredibly dense. While stainless steel is a built product, cast iron is an elemental product. This fundamental difference in how they are made dictates everything about how they behave on your stove. Now, let's talk about the physics of the flame. In the world of thermodynamics, there are 2 things we care about: conductivity and thermal mass. Stainless steel is the king of conductivity. Thanks to that aluminum core, it responds to your stove almost instantly. You turn the dial up, the pan gets hot. You turn it down, the pan cools. This responsiveness is why professional chefs love it. If a delicate sauce is about to break or garlic is about to burn, stainless steel lets you pivot in seconds. It's like a sports car. It brakes and accelerates instantly. Cast iron, however, is the king of thermal mass. It is actually a poor conductor. It takes a long time to heat up, and it often heats unevenly, leaving the middle blazing hot while the edges are lukewarm. But once it gets hot, it stays hot. Imagine a freight train. It takes a long time to get up to speed, but once it is moving, nothing can stop it. When you drop a cold, thick ribeye steak into a cast iron pan, the temperature of the metal barely nudges. That's why you get that legendary crusty sear that stainless steel struggles to match. Let's address the elephant in the kitchen, the stick factor. People often choose cast iron because it is known as natural non-stick. But let's be clear, neither of these is a Teflon pan. In cast iron, non-stick properties come from seasoning. This isn't just grease or oil. It is a chemical process called polymerization. When you heat oil to its smoke point in the presence of iron, it transforms from a liquid into a hard, plastic-like film that bonds to the metal. Over years, these layers build up to create a slick surface. Stainless steel does not have seasoning. If you put a cold egg in a cold stainless pan, you are basically making glue. To cook non-stick on stainless, you need the Leidenfrost Effect. This is when you heat the pan until a drop of water beads up and dances like a marble. This creates a microscopic buffer of steam between the food and the metal. So, cast iron relies on chemistry, while stainless steel relies on physics. Cast iron is more forgiving for beginners. But once you master the heat and wait technique, stainless steel can be just as slippery. You have probably heard the myths. Don't use soap on cast iron. Don't use metal utensils. Let's set the record straight. Cast iron is arguably the most durable tool in your home. You can drop it, scrape it, and yes, you can wash it with mild dish soap. Modern soaps don't contain lye, so they won't strip your seasoning. The only thing that kills cast iron is moisture. If you leave it in the sink to soak, it will rust. You must dry it immediately, usually by putting it back on the stove for a minute. Stainless steel is the worry-free option. It is dishwasher-safe. You can scrub it with steel wool. You can leave it soaking in the sink for 3 days. It won't rust, it won't pit, and it won't react with anything. If it gets those rainbow-colored heat stains, a little splash of vinegar or a specialized cleaner, and it looks brand new again. For the person who hates pampering their tools, stainless steel is the clear winner. Now, here is something you might not find in a physics textbook, but you will find it in a medical journal. Can your cookware actually make you healthier? There is a long-standing claim that cooking in cast iron can increase the iron content of your food. And unlike many kitchen myths, this one is absolutely true. When you cook in cast iron, small amounts of dietary iron leach from the pan into your meal. Studies have shown that cooking acidic foods, like a tomato sauce, or slow cooking a stew in cast iron, can increase the iron content by over 200%. For people struggling with iron deficiency or anemia, this can be a genuine health benefit. However, there is a flip side. Because stainless steel is inert, it doesn't add anything to your food. No iron, but also no metallic taste. If you are someone who already has high iron levels, or if you are cooking a very delicate white wine sauce, you might prefer the pure experience of stainless steel. Also, keep in mind that the amount of iron transferred depends on 3 things: how long you cook, how much you stir, and how acidic the food is. A quick fried egg won't pick up much iron, but a 3-hour chili certainly will. Now we get into the nuances of flavor. As we just mentioned, stainless steel is inert. It does not react with food. This makes it the undisputed champion for acidic ingredients like tomatoes, wine, or lemon juice. If you simmer a tomato sauce in cast iron for too long, the acid will eventually break down the seasoning and pull too much metallic iron into your food. Not only can this make your sauce taste like a bag of pennies, but it can also turn your beautiful red sauce into a muddy, dark gray color. However, stainless steel is better for deglazing. Because food sticks slightly more to stainless, it leaves behind those little brown bits called fond. When you pour wine or broth into that hot pan, those bits dissolve into the liquid, creating the base for the world's best pan sauces. While you can do this in cast iron, the dark surface makes it much harder to see when your sauce is perfectly browned versus burnt. Finally, let's talk about the cost. Cast iron is the greatest value in the culinary world. You can buy a high-quality skillet for about $30 that will literally last 200 years. If you find a rusty one at a garage sale for $5, you can restore it to its former glory with just some sandpaper and oil. It is functionally indestructible. A high-end, 5-ply stainless steel pan? That might cost you $150 to $200. While it will also last a lifetime, it can eventually warp if you are reckless with high heat. In the battle of the buy-it-for-life crowd, cast iron takes the trophy for the lowest cost per year. It is a piece of history that you can actually use every single day. So, which one should you buy? Here's the honest truth. You need both. You want stainless steel for your everyday work. It is for your 15-minute pasta sauces, your morning scrambled eggs, and your delicate fish fillets. It is the tool you use when you don't want to think about maintenance. It is precise, clean, and professional. You want cast iron for the heavy lifting. It is for the steak dinner that needs a crust like a steakhouse. It is for the cornbread you bake in the oven. It is for the smash burgers that need consistent, blistering heat. And of course, it's for when you want that little extra nutritional boost of iron in your diet. At the end of the day, a pan is just a tool, but the right tool makes you a more confident cook. If you're just starting out and on a budget, grab a 12-inch cast iron skillet. It'll teach you everything you need to know about heat management. If you're looking to level up your culinary game and want professional precision, invest in a quality 3-ply stainless steel pan. Whatever you choose, remember, don't be afraid of the heat. Experiment, make mistakes, and most importantly, keep cooking. I'm Sal, and I hope this helped clear the smoke in your kitchen. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Are you Team Steel or Team Iron? I will see you in the next one.